Hello, welcome back for the second video for lesson 3.1. I'm going to look at taking a quadratic in standard form and putting it into vertex form. So it looks like this. And we have to use completing the square to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the negative out in front because I don't like having a negative on my x squared term. So I'm going to write this like this. And I'm going to leave a space to complete the square. I'm not going to pull the negative from the plus 4 though. So I'm just pulling it out from this x squared and the x piece because I'm going to complete the square here. So to complete the square, I have to take half of a -6 and square it. So that's going to be a -3 squared. So I'm going to be adding 9. But because I'm subtracting out front, I'm really subtracting 9 if I were to distribute that through. So to offset that, I have to add 9. So I'm subtracting 9 and I'm going to add 9 to the same side. So it zeroes out. So then I have a negative out front. This now factors into x minus 3 squared plus 4 plus 9 or 13. So my function in vertex form is a negative, so it's going to be flipped over the x-axis. X minus 3, the quantity squared, plus 13. And so this becomes a vertex at 3 and 13 because it's x minus h plus k. Okay, let's look at number 34 from the same section. So on number 34, again, I'm going to group my x squared and my x term together. And I'm going to factor out a -2 from both of those. Because to have it in the vertex form, this has to be just an x. So I have to make this, I have to pull everything out in front. So I have just a 1x here. So to do that, I'm going to factor out a -2. So I've got x squared. When I factor out a -2 from 8x, I have a -4x. And I know I'm going to add something for the completing the square, and then I'm going to separate the 3 off to the side. So I only factored the -2 from the first two terms. So to complete the square, I have to take half of a -4. So divide a -4 by 2 and then square it. So that's going to be a -2 squared or 4. So I'm adding a 4 here, but really it's a -2 times 4. So that's a -8. So to offset a -8, I have to add 8. So it's a -2 times 4 is a -8. So I have to add 8. So it zeroes out. So I have a -2 is my A. And then that -2, because it's negative, means it's reflecting over the x-axis. We're going to learn more about that in the rest of chapter 3, which gets really exciting. And then this now factors into the perfect square of x minus 2, the quantity squared, plus 3 plus 8 is 11. So A is a -2. And then my vertex is at 2 and 11 because I have x minus 2. So h is k. H is 2 and k is 11. How about we do one more. Let's look at 31. Has h of x equals x squared plus x minus 3. So again, I'm going to separate these two terms out front. I have a 1 on my x squared term, so that's good. That's what I want. And so it's going to be x squared plus x. I have to add something here to make that completing the square. So I have to take my coefficient on my x is a 1. So it's going to be 1 divided by 2 squared, which is going to be 1/4. So I'm adding 1/4 here. That means I have to subtract 1/4 to offset it. I'm adding a fourth and I'm subtracting a fourth to offset it. So then my x squared plus x plus 1/4 factors into x plus 1/2 squared minus 3 minus 1/4. So that's really 3 minus 3 and 1/4 is minus 13/4. Now, when they write these, a lot of times the book may want to have this 1/2 in an integer form and this negative 13th in integer form. So we're going to have to massage it just a little bit. But our book does not, so we don't have to worry about it. But some books will expect that. So it says x plus 1/2. So that means that h is really a negative 1/2, because remember that the vertex form is x minus h. So h must be negative for this to be a plus 1/2. So it's really x subtracting a negative 1/2 squared, subtracting 13/4. So in this case, a is equal to 1. And then h and k, so the vertex is at a negative 1/2, comma, a negative 13/4. Catch me back for some more videos.